Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric here with Moss Pawn & Gun. We're going to have a very important discussion here about body armor. I've got Jeremy Tepper of Spartan Armor Systems here with me today, and we're going to be talking a little bit about body armor. You guys know that there's a lot of controversy right now surrounding body armor in that there's been some proposed legislation.
Like Honda?
Where, they're wanting to try to, they haven't really been pushing a lot lately, but it's still a very hot topic. There's been a lot of discussions about them wanting to try to ban body armor, certain levels of body armor, because they're worried about civilians owning body armor that can stop, certain threat and everything like that. So you, as an armor manufacturer,
right.
Okay, you guys know Jeremy, we've done a lot of work with his armor, a lot of testing on his stuff. What's your perspective of that? Like, how do you take that?
I have my biggest problem with this whole thing is they're trying to take away the right for you to protect yourself. Body armor ownership is a non-aggressive, passive way of self-protection. Unfortunately, you can't protect yourself against unknown threats. You don't know what's going to happen to you, when it's going to happen to you. Sometimes you can't carry a weapon in certain areas because of certain rules or regulations, but there's not really many situations that are around where you can't carry body armor. And body armors, nowadays, we have certain concealable platforms. People don't even know you're wearing it. At the bare minimum, it's the right to protect yourself so you can possibly, protect your family should a situation arise.
Well, you mentioned different platforms. I mean, I notice we've done a lot of work with the Spartan armor offerings and everything, and I notice that you have a wide variety of different configurations that you offer your armor, both in some of the little bit more slim fitting and concealable armors,
right,
all the way up to like your level 4 plates that can really just stop a ton of different threats, all the way up to the highest threat level. So basically, you guys have something to offer for just about everybody.
We do. So the least amount of protection is what's called a level 3A plate. 3A is for 357-44 Magnum threats, and we sell what's called the ECP, the Extreme Concealment Platform. It's a really thin and minimalist type plate carrier. Put it underneath your clothing, put in a thin profile plate, 3A plate. Nobody will ever know you're wearing it.
And spider on you, it's okay.
A lot of critters here in Georgia.
Yeah, oh yeah, a lot of critters here in Georgia. We're here at my house. So that's the one, we did the video on that already, where,
right,
Chad had the, the platform on under his clothing. You can see how, concealable that was. I think that to kind of get back on the whole tangent of, why armor should be available to everyone, I think it's very important. Like you mentioned, this passive way of defending yourself. And that's true. Armor is one of the most passive ways that you can defend yourself. So say you're some soccer mom, okay, and you just want to go about your business and wear body armor, and say you're some anti-gun soccer mom or whatever. Well, you could still defend yourself with body armor if you're worried about being shot.
Absolutely.
That's the most passive way you can defend yourself. So from my perspective, I think it's really bogus that they would have the gall to go, oh, well, we're just going to right away your right to defend yourself in the most passive way possible. They already go after guns enough as it is. They already try to hammer us with all this bogus anti-gun legislation. And guys, here's the thing. We were actually, before we started the video, we were discussing a little bit about the anti-gun perspective and folks that just aren't particularly pro-gun and their perceptions and how they deal with, how people like us go about our everyday lives. It's a culture thing, guys. It's a difference in culture. And if, I grew up in a gun culture. Jeremy grew up in a gun culture. And when you're raised in that environment, you understand that guns are tools and that they're just an everyday thing. And, we get comments all the times from various people, and you'll have, folks from all over the world that put these comments out, and they'll go, well, why do you Americans need all your firepower? Why do you need all your guns? Why do you need all your body armor? Why do you need your armor-piercing ammunition and all this mess and all this stuff? Well, the thing is, it's to level the playing field.
Absolutely.
I would rather be on a level playing field with every single person around me, no matter who they may be or what walk of life they might be from. I'd rather be on a level playing field with the person in front of me any day of the week. And I think that's the difference. It's a culture thing. You have those levels of defense with your armor, knowing that the other person, be they good or bad, they are going to, chances are, be on a level playing field, and you want to increase that edge.
Right. Here's a quick story for you I wanted to mention.
Sure.
Many years ago, I took my CCW class out there in Arizona. We had a guest speaker come in. It was a lady. She went to TGI Fridays or some type of fine dining establishment there. Brought her family in, 3 kids, husband. no guns allowed. You were not allowed to bring guns in there, so they left their guns in their vehicle, came on in, and the lady said, I felt very sympathetic for her. She said that she's never felt so helpless in her entire life. A gunman came in, shot the place up, killed her husband, killed one of her children, and just because you're following the rules doesn't mean the other person's following the rules. And situations like that, yeah, firearms may have been illegal to bring in that establishment, but nothing says that you can't wear concealable body armor.
That's
as
right.
a way of passive protection.
And not only the passive protection, but if you're anti-gun and you're watching this, for instance, and I know we're going to get comments because, that's just how folks are. They want to, kind of interject their opinions, and that's fine. We welcome all opinions of these types of videos, guys. When we talk about things like this, we don't mind, but here's my perception. If you're looking at it from an anti-gun standpoint, you're anti-gun, you have to understand that people have a fundamental human right to be on a level playing field defensive-wise with the people around them. And I think if that's a passive form of, hey, I'm going to wear body armor in my everyday life, well, who wears body armor in their everyday life? Police do.
Police.
Do you think that police don't want to be protected? Of course they do.
Right.
They don't know what threats they're going to see every day.
Absolutely.
They're not wearing that hot, heavy body armor in that carrier for their health. They're not wearing it because it looks cool. They're not wearing it because it makes them feel cool or makes them feel macho. They want to be on a level or exceeded playing field than the people around them.
Absolutely.
I think that's only fair. I don't see why a civilian, which a policeman is a civilian first, a policeman second. People that are policemen are still members of our community. They're still your neighbors, your friends, your relatives, your brothers, your sisters. I don't really see what the big deal is. And getting back to this legislation, it's just silly. And I don't think they're really going to go anywhere with it.
They tried this. Mike Honda, representative from California. This is his second attempt. Recent, might be his third. I've lost count so many times now.
Yeah.
But it's just your right. And I don't know how they can possibly limit it. They want to take the right to wear level 3A or higher level threat body armor away from civilians. My example of the restaurant establishment where somebody came in, that just proves right there that, just because some guy in a suit behind the counter says that they should take away this or that because that's the way they feel about it, that's not life. That's not reality.
And they don't know the struggles that real people have on a regular basis and the problems that real people have. And the thing about that is that that's a pro-gun group of people that happened to. It's not like it was just some person that was wearing body armor passively, which of course would have been fine.
Right.
You don't have to be a pro-gun person to own body armor. You can still want to defend yourself passively if that's your desire. That's fine. But it's really sad that happened to those people because that's a horrible, rude awakening, not only for them, but for the people that make these laws, that propose these laws, whether they care or not, we can only surmise. I mean, we don't know what goes through their minds. It just seems to me that people on that level get to a point where they are so far outside of the realms of reality.
Absolutely.
Of the real world. Like they forget their roots. They forget who real people are and the struggles that real people deal with on a regular basis. And it's a complicated problem with a complicated answer, but I think banning body armor is completely bogus and it just would not help anything at all, But it's crazy, We've been out, testing some body armor today. We've done a lot of work with Jeremy here in Spartan Armor. You guys have probably seen several of the videos that we've put forth. We did one that was like a 30, 35 minute long shakedown with a lot of his different products. If you care to check it out, double back to that video, look at it. It was a really well put together video that we enjoyed making. We did one on the ultra low profile concealed carrier that he makes. Yep. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the right name, but
ECP, Extreme Concealment Platform.
There you go, the Extreme Concealment Platform, all with the abbreviations and everything.
Right,
so,
too many acronyms.
Yeah, acronyms, yeah. So, we've done some work on his armor before. We have some other videos that are on the way that you guys can look forward to. But I just wanted to kind of get his perspective out there for you guys because I think it's very important for these talks to happen. And this is a guy whose livelihood depends on the sale of armor. So from his perspective, I mean, of course, he wants armor to be sold because that's his livelihood and his business. But from a man-to-man standpoint and just us standing here talking to you right now in this video, there's also a fundamental importance.
Absolutely. I'm more passionate about the fundamentals than I am the money.
It's more about the fundamentals, yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this.
Exactly. And you have to really have that principle about you in order to have a business where you deal in firearms, where you deal in even pepper spray or tasers or body armor, flashlights. asbestons. It doesn't matter. If it's a defensive item and it keeps you alive, the people that are in this industry that deal in this stuff, I mean, myself included, I mean, we deal in guns, so would we be in this industry if we didn't care about protecting the people around us? And I guess to the anti-gun people watching, that would be my question too. Like, why would we make this video? Why would we even have this talk with you if we didn't feel it was important for you to defend yourself? You know, so I think there's a large misconception out there, guys, that people that are pro-gun are loony bins, we're a bunch of right-wing extremists, we want to shoot up the government and do all this crazy stuff. Guys, it's not like that.
Not at all.
Most of the pro-gun people, 99% of the pro-gun people are just everyday red-blooded people that just live their lives and try to enjoy the sport, hang out with firearms, keep them around for defensive use. And guys, body armor is no different. So I just wanted this video to kind of be about that and to put that out there. And, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed our little rant here, and hopefully it wasn't too long. But Jeremy, I appreciate you coming out.
No, Eric, thank you.
Yeah,
I'd like to thank everybody in chat as well.
Absolutely.
One quick blurb though before we get off here.
Sure.
I'd like to show you a new product that we have out.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, so we've been working very closely with a company called Bees Combat Systems. That's B-E-E-Z, Bees Combat Systems, and we've been working with them on the prototype of our new plate carrier. They've made plate carriers for us in the past. We kind of co-brand. It's not private labeled under Spartan. It's co-brand, so it does have the Bees emblem on there. But this plate carrier, what's neat about it, it's a little bit more of a tactical type plate carrier, but it has got integrated pouches as well. So, you know, it's a minimalist tactical carrier. It's got plenty of MOLLE and webbing, but this way you can just go ahead and slide your magazines right inside the carrier itself, your big bulky cell phone like I got. So it's a real minimalist type plate carrier. It's got your drag handle in the back. It's made with a 1000D Cadora. Super durable. Obviously the flap area. One thing that we also integrated recently is the handles in the cummerbund. So it's just a real minimalist, real sturdy plate carrier, and this is going to be more of our elite operator lineup plate carrier.
Good deal.
It's going to be released here real soon.
Yeah, keep it light and fast, keep it simple. You know, I like that. You know, one thing we were mentioning earlier is, like, say you have you got your mag pouches on the front, your MOLLE mag pouches, and then say you're carrying a low and ready or whatever, those big deep pockets in the front, you could just about kind of like tuck your mag in there, kind of let it ride. You know, that I notice a lot of guys overseas, I've been overseas before, and when let's just say you're on a patrol, you're carrying low and ready, sometimes it kind of helps have a little nook you can sort of tuck things in. If you're carrying a heavy rifle, okay, say you're carrying a saw or something, it helps to have a little area where you can just rest something, and it takes the load a little bit more off, you know, keeps the load more well distributed.
Absolutely.
Amongst, I mean, that's the whole point of a platform like this, is to help keep the weight nice and even, and to help, you know, keep it on your shoulders and not so much your back, and you don't really feel it in your back as much.
Right, so yeah, we were able to hold magazines, cell phones. We're going to be holding clips as well. Again, real minimalist type carrier, and it's just to avoid the bulk. You know, you don't have to have the tacos hanging out. All the good, even though it's all great products, minimalist is my thing, and that's what we shot for on this.
Good deal.
So that's the plate carrier. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Well, Jeremy, I appreciate your time
Thank
today
you again.
and have a good one. We'll catch you next time, guys. Thanks for watching. We've got a lot of videos on the way, a ton of things that we're doing. You're going to want to definitely subscribe. Stay tuned. A lot of fun projects on the way. We'll catch you next time.